Hi everyone. Today we're going to slow down. There are levels and levels of slowing down, of really becoming still and quiet. And we'll use some great yogic breath techniques today. These are tools that if you use them and expand them in your life, develop them, improve your understanding of them, you'll get a sense or an access to what it really means to slow down and what perspective you can gain from that sense of slowness. And we see this in direct contrast to the speed of anxiety, the nervous energy of anxiety, which is reflected in our lives of constant busyness, activity, doing. As we know, the basic principles of Hatha Yoga practice are to get you to stop all of that. At least check in on your body first and reconnect. And then the more advanced practices of meditation and breath work, deep breath work, to get the mind to really settle. You should find this session relaxing. Let's see. First of all, let's check in. Close your eyes. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Just place yourself in the scene, wherever you are, and listen. Listen to the sounds around you, which represent movement, things happening. Perhaps outside the room, the building. Let's listen to the natural sounds, while we ourselves are not making any. We are still and quiet. And now, listening to the body, listening within. How do we do that? Well, what do we look for? We look for how the body is feeling. Is it tight? Is it in pain? Is it tired? Is it relaxed? Now, a more subtle awareness, focus on the feeling of your body breathing. We are listening to the resting breath, so we are not changing or controlling this breath. We are observing it. And again, we look for the qualities. Is this breath tight, fast, or tired? Or is it relaxed? As we remain still and quiet and observant, we can then distinguish where our mind is at. Is our mind racing? Or do you have presence of mind, composure, calmness, centeredness? Again, have a big breath in and a deep sigh. And then open your eyes. So, if you detected that you were tired or really fast in your mind, unable to concentrate, really distracted, well, you can know that that's how you've been being lately. And so it's really good that we stopped, and that you stopped interacting with others with that type of mind. These are the reasons that we meditate, to address these things and arrest the slide. If you do feel relaxed, well then that's excellent. You have managed to maintain a sense of composure. And the more that you can carry that, well, the better it will be for you and for the people who know you. That's what we're working towards, always. Okay. Alright, now we're going to use breath techniques to slow down. We started by stopping the body. We stopped you doing things. Moving, looking at your phone, talking, eating, buying, etc. That's a good start. That's only a basic start. Now we need to slow down the breath. This will have a deeper effect on your mental structure. The way that your mind feels and the way that it starts behaving. Okay, so we're going to use a yogic tool, breath work. You can close your eyes again if you like. Make sure you're sitting up straight. And it's very important that you are not leaning on a chair or wall. So, breathing only through your nose. Slowly in towards full. And slowly out towards empty. We've been doing this technique already in previous videos. You have a feeling in your breath. You're breathing more slowly and more deeply. You are opening up the breath within your body. And this will create a different type of feeling. Make sure you are not pushing. Make sure that there is no quickness in the breath. We really need to slow the breath down. Don't push towards the top, don't push towards the bottom. You're creating space within yourself in a relaxed way by softening and slowing. By now you should have a nice comfortable rhythm. The feeling of the breath is soft and light, and the breath is silent. Let's have a couple minutes to explore this feeling. Next time you breathe in, relax and have a sigh. Remain still and then observe the feeling of difference at the end of that practice as your body returns to normal, natural breathing, looking for subtle awareness of fatigue. Keep noticing your mind, how it is changing shape throughout this session. Your mood, your emotions, your reactions, your opinions and judgments. And be willing to open and explore. Okay, open your eyes. Have another sigh. So that was a basic yogic breath technique, slowing down. And it's for you to see right now whether that's had an effect already. What we are doing is slowing the body down first, and this will gradually slow down your unconscious mind, which will gradually see your conscious mind slow down. It's a very subtle process, and if you're not experienced in being aware of your own mind, you mightn't think it's happening. If you become very tired, that's a sign. If you start to become very clear, that's a sign. If you feel your mind becoming less anxious, you becoming more calm, that's an obvious sign. Alright, let's just loosen the pose, have your legs out, loosen the toes, ankles, knees, just very gentle and easy. One more round, then bring the feet in, butterfly, sit up straight, just loosening around the hips and groin. Okay, then change the legs over. So I had my left in front before, second round, right in front. Always think about things like that. Balance. Okay, settle yourself. Come back to stillness. Let's slow down again. We just became active and dynamic. We did things. Now, we settle again. We stop. Alright, now we start the second technique, which is built upon the previous one. So slow, deep breathing through the nose, that's what we were doing. Now we will do ladder breathing. By that I mean go up the ladder, come down the ladder. If you count as you breathe in, and let's say it takes you 4 seconds to get to full. Now, to go back down the ladder evenly, you count 4 again. And that will make both sides of the breath even, the inhalation and the exhalation. So that's the idea. So we're doing slow deep breathing through the nose, but now we introduce counting such that you make the breath even. That means your inhalations and exhalations are equally matched. If you breathe in for 10 counts, then you must breathe out for 10 counts. We get to full, we get to empty, round about, just within reason, and we are moving the sides of the breath equally. Okay, hope that makes sense. Just find a number that suits you, close your eyes if you like. Slowly up till full with a count, and then equally the same count slowly down to empty. Again and again, round and round. Let's try this for a few minutes. After a round or two, you may find that the number you have picked is too high. If you are getting hot, running out of breath, needing to stop, then you've chosen the wrong rate. Make it easier for yourself. Make it very easy and light, especially if this is new to you. You need to be able to do this in a relaxed way, in a continuous fashion. Make this your last round. Take your time. When you are finished, have a sigh through the mouth. But then remain still, observant. Feel your body going back to resting breath. Let it override and then become the observer of the feeling. Now you can check your mind. How's your mind feeling right now? Have we softened the edges of intensity? Have we created space for anxiety to breathe? Have we softened? Have we slowed? Open your eyes. Okay, so that's a really good practice, and that's the antidote to anxiety. So if you have a problem with chronic anxiety, then start introducing that tool, but you've got to do it every day. I mean, think about it. If you're anxious all day, every day, then that's going to win. That's the most dominant habit. If you introduce a deeply relaxing practice, but you don't do it every day, well, then it can't win the battle. It's all about habit. Remember, that's what meditation practice is all about. All right. So, that even, slow and deep breathing, it gives you more access to detail. You're breathing better with more awareness, more subtlety, more skill. And this will allow you to see more things. But normally you should do one of these practices for, say, 20 minutes. That's a very good period of time. And then you would need to take proper rest and lie down for 5 at least. But gradually you can build up to doing an hour of that technique, 2 hours, 8 hours. If you're really interested to explore the boundaries of your own mind, well, these practices will really help you. One other factor, so for beginners, you want to make it a target that you can build up to in for 10, out for 10 in terms of seconds, roundabout. Until then, you're not going to get a sense of slowness. It's just too fast. But that might take you a while, don't worry. I've seen people take years to get to that. So it just depends where you're at. Don't worry. Don't give up. Intermediate level, you want to get to, in for 20, out for 20, maybe in for 30, out for 30. And then we want to explore in for 60, out for 60, as in a minute in, a minute out. Then we want to get up to 100, 500, 1,000, etc. Now I say that because a lot of people just get to 10 and they never go past that. And they don't expand very far and they don't really learn much. So when you can do in for 1,000, out for 1,000, there's a feeling there of calm, deep calmness that a person who does in for 10, out for 10 has no idea of. They cannot comprehend it. So if you really want to go deep into what relaxation feels like, then learn to breathe very, very, very slowly. This is a tool I feel that is underutilized in Western yoga. People are trying to control the breath, but they don't really know what a deep and slow and relaxed breath is. So you can use that technique as a way. It's quite self-explanatory. Alright, now we're going to go to a much deeper level again. This is a profound practice. Still very simple, but wow, it'll be good for you to see if it makes a difference. So it's based on the last practice. We were doing, say, in for 5, out for 5. Let's say we were doing that. Ladder breathing. That was equal breathing up, equal breathing down. So now, and I should explain, it's all called ratio breathing. So what you just did was 1 to 1. In for 5, out for 5. A ratio of 1 to 1. This practice is a ratio of 1 to 2. So, if you breathe in for 5 seconds, then you need to breathe out for 10. So you'll be breathing twice as slowly out. If you breathe in for 10, you have to breathe out for 20, which is going to be much, much slower. And it should be easier for you to exhale slowly. So that's what we want to try now, breathing through the nose. Close your eyes when you're ready. It's always a good idea to start with a sigh. Exhale down to empty, and then through the nose, start breathing in. So remember, counting up, and whatever number you get to at full, you have to then double that number and breathe out twice as slowly. Let's try that for a few minutes. Just see how you go. No matter what noises are around you, what distractions, focus your mind in deeply, internally on the breath and the counting, the evenness of the speed, the gentleness, the stillness of your outer body, and see what opens up. You've had a chance now to see what is suitable for your body, what you can manage, what numbers are suitable. If your numbers are too high, you will struggle and be forced to stop. Find numbers that are suitable and relaxing and that allow you to continue round and round and round and round. Always take rest if you need though. Last round. When you're finished, have a sigh, and then remain still and feel the changes. And relax. Open your eyes. So how are you feeling now? That's a very deep practice. It really opens up your breathing. And it opens up your posture. I found myself lifting and releasing tension around my back and spine as my lungs expanded and elevated. So breath work will improve your posture, and that's why you shouldn't lean against anything. Okay. Lie down. Let's take a final rest. Hopefully you've got a blanket to keep yourself warm. Lie flat. Once you're settled and comfortable, close your eyes and have a deep sigh. Feel yourself now. Feel if you've slowed down. Feel if your mind is less anxious. Do you feel more open and clear? Is there more space within, particularly as a mental feeling? Have you relaxed? To fully understand these practices, you need to do them for years. You need to see your mind changing gradually over time. What you can get from slowing the breath down is a different sense of reality, where you feel like you are moving through time and space more slowly. You feel like what's happening around you is moving more slowly. This is the remarkable, miraculous benefit of some of these practices. And if you're a meditator, you are studying that and you see more information around you. Also, you notice yourself reacting more slowly, overreacting more slowly, and you can catch yourself. You might even stop yourself saying something that you would normally regret saying, because we're buying time. That's what slowing the breath down will give you. It's a very advantageous little tool to take advantage of. All you've got to do is practice it and develop it. Anyway, right now, you're lying still on the floor in a space, perhaps a room, perhaps a building. You're in a scene. The whole world is outside of this space, and think of the pace that everyone's doing everything. And then think inside everyone's head, in their mind, how fast people are, constantly thinking. We have stepped aside we have slowed down. What is the feeling that we get from this? Can we become more familiar with this feeling in contrast to the anxious, obsessive, fast modern lifestyle? Busyness is all about anxiety. But if you can become comfortable with stopping, being still and quiet as you are now, and if you can appreciate the beauty of this feeling, the peacefulness, you might be more interested to come to this place more often. If you like, stay resting for longer now. The background music will go for a couple minutes. Thank you. I hope this has been helpful for you, beneficial. If you feel that it might be beneficial for others, please consider sharing this video. Thank you. Take care.